Hi, I'm J.P. Osterman, research scientist and author. Thank you for coming to my website today, www.jposterman.com, and checking out some of my stories. Today, I'd like to read an excerpt from my action-adventure whistleblower novel, Corporate Revenge. Chapter 1. You're Fired. The electric bill, $162.53. Groceries, $150 a week. And how much should I budget for gas? Wow, these sure are hard times, Rayanne Westman said, scratching numbers down on her list and writing checks. All the while, she felt her stomach in knots. If we have an emergency, we'll be in deep trouble. But if I can just weather this hardship for a few more weeks until Tim gets his commission his boss promised, we'll be in the clear. We'll be safe. She felt a rush of hope and optimism about her family's future until she remembered the facts. She had no job, a toddler, a teenager, a husband, Tim, who had started a new job 3 months ago, a dinky apartment, and a house under construction in Carlsbad, California. A few weeks ago, they put down a $25,000 deposit. They were scrimping to live until Tim would have that commission check in his hands. Complicating their lives, tax time. They owe the government $5 grand. Pulling the calendar in front of her, she circled the date in red, Wednesday, April 10. We need this commission to pay off our bills, the IRS, and put money down in the house. He better get that commission. It means everything. She believed it would be like a lottery winning, except Tim's boss owed it to him. At least these bills are paid, she exhaled, slapped the checkbook closed, and began staring out the window. There has to be something more than paying bills and counting pennies, she said to her little canary chirping in front of the window. She had left her secure job as an engineer to raise her children after their 3-year-old son Joey was born. To make up for lost income, she had resumed her hunt for work and was hoping to secure an interview. She'd been job hunting for weeks with no results and feeling discouraged. Then she spotted beautiful monarch butterflies outside her patio window, flittering butterflies in groves. For the past 2 days, a colony of them had been migrating from Mexico to Canada, reshaping the blue sky into a tapestry of orange glitter. Walking out on the small patio overlooking several lush green hills, she smelled the fresh ocean air and felt a wave of gratitude rush through her lungs. Not everyone has a chance to see this rare event, to stand outside and say out loud, without giving a care who hears, God, it's great to be alive. After spending minutes watching them dance and drone next to her ears, she closed her eyes and prayed, please, time, stop, just once, now. And she breathed. Ring, the Panasonic interrupted. Racing into the kitchen for fear the sound would wake up Joey, she wondered who could be calling. She had no friends and hadn't had a friend in years because of all their moving. They had just relocated to Carlsbad, their 7th move in 7 years of marriage. The caller had to be Tim, telling her about his day on the job as he'd done for the past few weeks since starting at Reality Technology Incorporated at San Diego. But Tim wasn't supposed to call until noon, until after Joey woke up from his nap. She felt gnawing anxiety. Tim? It was him. The caller ID confirmed it. Tim? No answer. Something was wrong. Hey! His heavy exhale was a big scare. She glanced at the time, 10:03 a.m. She felt tingling in her arms, and then sick. Tim, what's going on? Her voice crackled in her dry throat. I've been fired, he said. Fired. Fired. She tried to picture his face as everything around her appeared white. Seeing the checkbook, she believed it was a giant weight. What happened? Breathe. Breathe. Steve Larifitt fired me for doing my job, Tim replied. That's what happened. She had always hated that strange name, but now the sound of it made her stomach ache and her eyes burn. She plopped down, missed the kitchen chair, and landed on the floor. Ouch, she cried, rubbing her head. Rayanne, you all right? What happened? She picked up the phone. She was seeing spots. and the chair arm was now a large dangling splinter on the floor. Yeah, just a second. She grabbed the edge of the table, pulled herself up, and began rubbing her aching neck. That can't be right, Tim, she said, sitting down. No one fires someone for doing their job. That's plain crazy. You calling me a liar? He sounded real mad. No, she countered. The firing person, especially at the level of Tim's expertise, sounded so far-fetched. Did he do something wrong? Was he hiding it, or was there something bad going on in that company? She couldn't gather her thoughts to focus on any other issues other than Tim's horrible situation. It wasn't my fault, Rayanne, he said. She could hear his words that were stutters over all the confusion going on around her, the checkbooks, objects in their small apartment, and scattering bird feed the canary was flicking out of his little white dish. She felt her life energy heaving out of her chest just like that of the bird food. Her mouth dried, her shoulders felt like pinching balls. 7 moves and 4 jobs with 3 layoffs, or firings, and 7 years of marriage. I can't handle another. Do I keep believing his reasons? Or has he been lying about what really happened and blaming all his bosses? If you'd like to find out more about what happens with Rayanne, Tim, and that scoundrel of a boss at that Rialto Incorporated, then Corporate Revenge is the book for you.